Hey everyone, how you going? Blocktastic Man here from Toowoomba Pokemon page. How you guys going? Here with Troy, the first level 40 Pokemon player in Toowoomba. Say hey, Troy.
There you go.
I'm going great. Yeah, no, sorry, go. Just made this video to talk about Troy because that Troy is the first level 40 Pokemon player in Toowoomba. I was asked him a couple of questions. You know, like when he okay, what when did you start Pokemon? Like day it came out, or did you hear about it, or
I
you
was
prior?
almost a week later that I heard about it because I was out west when it first started out past Charleville
Yeah,
and came back home and people were talking about it and had seen people down at Mother's Memorial,
yeah,
and so I decided to download it and start playing, and a few of my friends were talking about it, so I thought I might give it a
you
go.
see what it's all about. Yeah, because I remember when we had the was it the Father's Day event? I remember seeing you down in Mother's Memorial. How far were you in about then? Do you remember, or how far you like level wise, or you can't remember?
Oh, it wasn't too far in
Yeah,
because I was only playing, oh,
yeah, it was
probably,
like casually.
yeah,
Yeah,
casually, just something to do in
yeah,
spare time.
yeah. I know it's a lot of people are doing like right at the start. Everyone's kind of like sussing it out if it's like their thing or not. So what made you ramp it up? Like you got like interested in like trying to get to the 40, or was it just more you just trying to catch everything, and then it kind of that led to going to 40?
It was because I started, noticed there were three teams um, there, so I decided to start three different, like Instinct, Mystic, and Valor groups
Yeah,
and see which ones that I thought were more suited for as a team was that wanted to play as a team.
yeah,
And it was about 2 months in, I had Ethan, Moistmaster, and Nick, guy for the letters and stuff,
yeah,
approached me about joining their team
yeah,
and stuff because we're all getting knocked out of gyms pretty easy. That's
yeah.
when people starting to do all the gym work and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
getting serious into the gyms. Yeah,
And they were wanting people to like form a team and
yeah,
stuff. So I thought, and they were all part of Valor, and that's how I stopped playing with my Mystic and Instinct
yeah.
things and just
Stick
purely
with Valor. Yeah,
Valor, and end up deleting both Instinct and Mystic
yeah,
because I thought Valor was a lot stronger and wanted to play as a team.
yeah. So I noticed that gym fighting wise, Mystic and Valor, the two like prominent teams in Toowoomba. You see like Instinct. Mystic and Valor. So Instinct does pop up every so often, but yeah,
Yeah,
knock straight back out for Valor. Normally Valor, yeah, and then Valor gets blamed for everything as well. So
yeah, and it's just for us, it's a bit of fun,
yeah,
stuff like that, and because we want to meet other players and stuff.
yeah,
And we've along the way have met a lot of good players from both Mystic and Instinct,
yeah,
as well as Valor, and we get together a fair bit.
yeah,
Valor guys and girls as well,
yeah,
and I found the camaraderie between all three teams is good generally, and Valor tends to stir the pot a little bit.
yeah. I've seen this little shit stirrers in Valor, but yeah, notice that everyone had kind of had the idea for a while that everybody had once you picked your colour, that was kind of it, and everyone like split off into three teams, and said like a lot of people didn't want to hang out with them because if I hang out for them, they're the other team, but it's like well, you can still play Pokemon Go together. It's just when you go to battle a gym, but then it's kind of like when you're in a group together battling a gym, it's just kind of like more of a fun thing because that gym's just going to go up, down, up, down, up,
Yeah.
down, and it's not going to stay as one gym. Yeah,
And I've learned a lot of tips as well, like from from all three teams.
yeah,
Just like in the beginning of the game, and I'd probably say out of that, that's how I've molded my game into like listening to different ways of playing.
yeah,
And then when we did team up as Valor, we all threw ideas around,
yeah,
and with the Valor crew, we're willing to listen to different ways of playing and modified different ways of playing.
yeah,
And from then, once Valor started to grow, we started to form like a close connection with everyone.
yeah,
And just getting to know everyone and having fun with everyone, and then from there we got to know everyone a lot better.
Yeah.
And then that's where a lot of us started being competition to see who's going to get the first gold medal in different badges, or be the first level 30, who's going to have the most gyms, just little things like that. It was all a competition
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
And along the way, Mystic and Instinct just got dragged in with the gym side of it and stuff, and still to this day, still hold the record for Toowoomba for holding 53 gyms.
I remember seeing that one time. You put a post up for like how many gyms you had, and I think you said you're knocked out of like 11 or 14 gyms out of like the 50 that you had, and I was like, holy crap! It's like that painting the town red. What? Yeah.
Once the gym system changed.
Oh, to when it was easier to knock out. Yeah.
Took me 2 weeks to start going back to gyms.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do gyms for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And took 2 weeks for both Mystic and Instinct to kick me back down to below 10.
Yeah.
Because I was in more than half of Toowoombas.
Yeah.
Being 92 or 93 gyms. And it was just when the gym system changed, the most I'd lost in one day was about 14 or 15 gyms that I was in. But it was good that both Mystic and Instinct actually started to come out and do a lot of gyms, because that's what we wanted, was competition.
You're not just having it one colour and then just staying that. You want to be able to, them come back and attack, and then you go back and forth. Because if it just stays one colour, then it's like, well, why you want a gym for then? Yeah.
And that's where I'd probably say a few players from each team, both blue and yellow, got a little bit upset with it. But in the process of battling gyms, a lot of us guys like Cashmeister, Ethan and stuff like that, form great friendships with other colours as well.
Yeah.
And still to this day, some of the Mystic players and Insect players have got against Valor, but a lot of them are actually coming to us, like the higher level Valor players are wanting to find some information or some tips, and we'll help them along the way.
Yeah, it's not like something you keep in secret. It's said like you want to help anyone. Now, if anyone's asking any questions, they're like easily asked. Yeah.
Because we want a challenge.
Yeah.
So it's better to help the other guys out.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want, is the challenge.
Yeah.
And then with Catchmeister, him and I started to pull away a little bit from everyone else. And he said to me, let's have a race to the level 40.
Race between ourselves. Yeah, because I know a lot of people are saying it's not a race, but then you wanted to do it between each other. Yeah, so you can get there first.
And that's where him and I, same as Lionel, Nick, say Tiana and Carter and all them, that's how, from Painting the Town Red group, we all formed a good relationship. Yeah. And it was always a race in something. Yeah. To be the first to do something. And that's the thing with Valor. We always pushing ourselves to be better. Yeah. And just meeting other people, and that's what we wanted, was meet other people. And there was nights where it was myself or Cashmeister, Ethan, that we had our own little fan group that people come up to us and wanted to shake our hands. Yeah. And
hand out some autographs, some pictures, get pictures with people.
And that's what we wanted, was people to have fun with us and be able to help along the way. Yeah. And there was one night, there was a group of about 10 of us, and Anthony or Catchmeister had put down some lures, and he had some Instinct kids come up to him. Yeah. But they were a bit too shy to come to him, and their mum had come and spoke to us. Yeah. And we're all cheering them on and stuff, and they regularly come see us when we've got lures down. They're probably like kids like that, like lower level, or at that stage, or mid-teens, about 13, 14 level-wise. Yeah. And now I think they're up pushing mid-20s to high 20s now. Yeah. And they're always talking to Catchmeister, which is good. And
They shouldn't be worried. Like they're like hesitant off like oh he's like level 40 now. He's like he's not going to talk to us or help us. Yeah, but no.
And then there was a bloke from the Gold Coast, Swaggerbomb, which is Instinct. He was one of the first in Australia to be level 40.
Yeah.
And Anthony and I and a few others started to talk about him in little tips.
Yeah.
And the last 3 levels between 37 and 38, it's only taken us 8 weeks, 2 months to push out 10 million XP points.
Yeah.
And just catching a lot of Pidgeys and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I know. A lot of people are asking that because they said, why is everyone catching Pidgeys for? And like people are forgetting like the mass evolutions when it's double XP.
yeah,
Or just lucky eggs, especially in the last event, running lucky eggs with double XP.
Yeah.
And then mash evolve everything.
And in the first day alone, or this last double XP, pushed out 1.3 million in a day.
Yeah, because I saw someone asking you had your tips, and one time you said you could push like 2 million in a day, and someone was asking, how could you do that? Yeah.
I was playing with a few different people in the first double XP.
Yeah.
And then Anthony and I were talking about it leading up to his current, the last double XP.
Yeah.
And we modified the way we played.
Yeah.
And we weren't always on lures.
Yeah.
We'll run it into each other through Mother's Memorial, top of Queen's Park to Pickers and stuff like that. And it was that mystery because we didn't want to know exactly how many points. And it's trying to stay in front of the other.
Yeah.
And like having different teams coming up to us and asking, oh, where's your mate?
Yeah.
Knowing that we're competing, but we want to remain a mystery to each other.
Yeah, so you're not like, you don't want to see how close it is because you'd be like, oh, yeah, and this close, because you want to keep it a mystery, like, right to the very end, yeah.
And it was, I got in, like, the last 3 million I got, I've done it in just under 2 days.
Yeah.
And Anthony done it 2 days later.
Yeah.
And it was good to have that relief that I'm there.
Yeah.
And I still had a couple million XP to go, like to push out and evolves and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just one thing that I found was being in a team that was competitive and wanted to be the best.
Yeah. Help push you along, yeah.
Push us along, and that's probably why there was a lot of high-level Valor players because we were all pushing each other.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted because we always want to be number one and being competitive.
That's only what you want. If you're competitive, you always want to be number one. You wouldn't want to be number two at all. No, yeah.
And we often spoke about, like, with Mystic and Instinct for ages. Instinct's only just starting to come together as a team, like, now.
Yeah.
But Mystic that I found in the early days, were against each other.
Yeah, or like little individual teams in one team, yeah.
And that's what I didn't want. And they are starting to come better as a team, but we had to take Valor, I reckon, to really try and amp up the team play.
Yeah.
And they are, like, getting better, both Instinct and Mystic.
Yeah.
But in saying that, like, I've met a lot of great players and stuff like that, and always asking us fellow guys tips, and like one thing we always say is teamwork.
Yeah, that's it. We're trying to work together, help each other out. Yeah, if you got an idea, share it on,
Yeah, and it's just, there's nothing better in, especially the gym side of it, is teamwork.
Yeah. And
us fellow guys and girls, we're always that one step ahead of them.
Yeah.
And try and challenge them, get us in gyms and stuff.
So yeah, so saying like, but you're not holding anything back. So like, say you want to be in front, you want to be like, winning, because that's what that's what you want to do. But if everyone wants to ask anything, it's like it's there. It's not like hidden information. Like now that you've got where you wanted to be and you're at the top, it's like say, well, why not share other information? Because you said you wanted the challenge, and if hiding the secrets back means that no one's, it's going to take a lot longer for anyone to get like where you are now.
Yeah, and I was up at the top gym at Queen's Park there.
Yeah.
Dove Lane one. I'd met Sean and Curly there.
Yeah.
And started talking. First time we'd seen each other, and he knocked me out of the gym, and it's just like, I'm going to knock you out of the gym. I said, so I'll
Yeah.
probably find another gym to knock down anyway.
Yeah.
So he's said that's the whole point of it, because he's spoken about talking to Catchmeister and a few other Valor guys, and like we were like, we don't really care. We'll find other gyms to knock
Yeah, that's
down.
it. Yeah, you're not worried. You're not going to wait till he sit around, wait till he leaves, and run back over and knock it back up. You said you got there's like 90 other. You said what Toowoomba like 90.
92 or 93 gyms.
Damn it! I need to know what I have to go do that 90 gyms. I don't even have enough Pokemon to put into 90 gyms.
And that's a lot of, like, before the gym change and we had 6 Pokemon to fight with,
Yeah,
it was hard to know where you got knocked out of,
yeah,
having so many in gyms.
yeah,
But that was the challenge for me, knowing where I got knocked out.
Yeah.
And having that challenge to go driving around town again, know where the gyms are,
yeah.
and go for it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people saying that also, like on Toowoomba, also on Reddit and stuff like that, saying that if they kind of implemented or if it could near your Pokemon, if it said what gym it was in, I know it would be a bit more helpful. Because like sometimes if you're in 50 gyms and one of the 50 gets knocked out, you're gonna be sitting there going. But then if you had like a little underneath the little Pokemon, it says this gym Pokemon was knocked out of, and having like a little picture of the Pokestop, or I mean a
Yeah.
picture of the actual gym itself, would make it a lot easier then.
Oh, heaps easier.
Yeah, because saying 50, so if there's 90 in Toowoomba and you somehow grabbed all 90 of them, you got knocked out of
Yeah.
10, you'd be like, fat chance trying to find which one you were back in again. Yeah.
And especially if you're, because I had some in Sydney, Melbourne, and in between as well. And I find out of town is a lot harder to defend because you can't go back, put it straight in.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I found harder too. And it's just like having to, I know I'll be a week later back to that same spot.
Yeah.
But in between, it's a big risk of then on me losing it and trying
Yeah.
to build up with other Velo guys.
Yeah.
But that, for me, that was the mystery, was keeping those gyms and to not only just the group I was playing with, but out to the wider Velo group as
Yeah.
well. And through Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne, and stuff like that. And it's just, and that's how I got to know a lot more other players.
Yeah.
And having fun with them and learning from them as well. And yeah, it was just the joys of Pokemon and having that challenge.
Yeah. That's what it said, like basically what I heard now, like I said, you like the challenge, it said that's why you want to help as many people as you can.
Yeah.
Know as much as possible, so it's saying, because if there's no challenge, then they said there's no point saying if you go look back at your Pokedex, I mean Pokemon again, and all those gyms are still in there, then it's like, well basically, what's left, like you said before, all that's left now for you is basically catching male, female of each individual Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing much left.
And getting the gold medal in the unknown,
Unknown, yeah.
which I've only caught one so far.
So what's another 27, isn't it? Yeah. 'Cause
27.
A to Z and apostrophe and exclamation mark, yeah.
Yeah. And it's still trying, because there's an Australian leaderboard as to see what rank each player in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
And trying, because as of this last update, after this double XP, I dropped out of the top 10,
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted to get back into the
Trying to
top
get back
10
in. Yeah.
out of the ones that have listed for the Australian leaderboard.
Yeah. But I guess people would have been in this event, if they were in that leaderboard top 10, they must have seen it there, and they just must have been like double, lucky egging it the whole entire time, so they would have
Yeah.
pushed them right to the top, yeah.
And some, I've noticed some were about 3 or 4 million behind me
Yeah.
to 5 or 6 million in front.
Yeah, they must have been like hardcore XP farming it, yeah.
And to me, I want to try and beat them now.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that's the challenge, is trying to get that XP back or
Yeah.
gain back it on them.
Yeah.
And finding different ways of gaining that XP besides lures.
Yeah.
And going to little areas where there's high amount of Pokemon and run a lucky egg if I know it's a high Pokemon area.
Yeah, 'cause that's what you want, because you don't want to like pop the lucky egg and then all of a sudden like only a couple pop up, and then you wait and then you have to think, do I have to go somewhere else when there's 30 minutes or what? Yeah.
And always find if there is time in between, always have evolves there to do,
Yeah.
so you're not wasting it.
Well, because you'd be sitting there just going, looking at it going, oh, come on, there's nothing to do. So, yeah, only crack Lucky Egg with it.
Yeah.
This, well, basically Pokemon around, oh, you've got something to evolve, otherwise, wait. Yeah.
And I haven't done, prior to this double XP event, the last full half-hour Lucky Egg I've done, evolve, was before Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just saving all my candies up.
Yeah.
And then do a big explode during the double XP, knowing there was talk of double XP coming up.
Yeah.
And then just smash it all out pretty quick. But yeah, it's just having that challenge I found, same as Catchmeister.
Yeah.
And then a few in our group were getting sick of us because we're always talking about what XP we were on every now and again.
Yeah.
And they were used to up us saying, just cut it, you idiots.
Yeah. But no, I said you just use one of the challenge between you two guys, who can get to the top first,
And yeah, like I found that he did push me right to the end.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing to me, if we weren't so competitive with each other, we may not have been level 40 by now.
Yeah, it would have been someone else. You still would have been, I don't know, like 30. I mean, not level 30, but like, you know, probably higher 30s, not 40.
30s, yeah. But it was good to have someone that can push you and that is competitive as well.
Well, that's the thing with like any sport or any game. If you've got someone that's helping push you and you can help push them back, it's really handy.
And just meeting new players.
Yeah.
Because I've ruffled a few feathers along the way.
Yeah.
Some of it's staring, some of it's just being an idiot, basically. And at the end of the day, it's not going to keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
And it's just have fun.
Yeah, a lot of people at the end of the day forget it is a game. They take it too seriously.
Yeah.
When we're divided in teams, that's what people forget. It's like we got to level 5, and you had the choices of 3, and I mean, I looked at it and I just saw, you know, red. I forget the colours now. Red, yellow, and blue. Because there's only red, isn't there? Yeah. And I just looked at what they were, and I heard a myth about, you know, well, this team was stronger, and this team was stronger, that, and I just read Vala's name, and I went. I chose Val, and just happened to be the strongest team in Toowoomba, so I kind of chose the best team. But a lot of people said from that second, people split off and saying like they were like originally playing together before level 5, or if they chose it. I mean, you could choose a gym on level 5, or if they chose it afterwards. Yeah. They were like sticking together, but then as soon as people had gyms, they just like separated, and people realised the team systems don't even really do with the gyms. If you're just going out hunting Pokemon, everyone can just hop in a big group and go out there and you know, in hundreds and do it. You know, no one cares about like saying go and catching a Blissey just before. You know, I saw other people out there on other teams, and I'm not like, you know, I don't care if they're catching it. You know, when you're catching Pokemon, it's just like everyone in. But when there's gyms, you can stick to your team. There we go. Sorry, I had to edit the last bit of the video there because me and Troy talking so long. This video is going to last for like 20 minutes, so yeah, make sure you got time to sit down and watch it. But anything you want to wrap up, tips-wise, want to tell people?
Like play as a team. Yeah. Ask for advice, and there's more than one way to play a game. Yeah. And always, despite what your team is, try and get along. Yeah. Because everyone plays differently, and always, if you see me around, ask for advice. I'll give you as much advice as I can. Yeah, so don't be afraid to ask questions about anything about the game, And have fun. That's the main thing, is have fun and get along and enjoy the game. Yeah, it's a game meant to be fun, meant to get everyone out there secretly exercising, but no one there like more about catching Pokemon and stuff, you know, people reliving their childhood, like liking Pokemon. People are like, why are you playing it? It's like, oh man, I watched Pokemon so much when I was a kid. It was awesome, but anyway. I didn't even watch it as a kid. You didn't? Nah, I remember, I think I seen like the first and second season, and after that, I just I didn't ever watch it again, so all these new Pokemon are coming out, like some of the Generation 2, I look at it and going, huh? I don't know these guys' names, I can't even pronounce their names properly. Generation 1, I'm like, yeah, I know everybody. But now they've got up to whatever generation up to now. Anyway, there we go. Video talking to Troy, first number 40 player in Toowoomba, even though the video is a bit chopped up and my GoPro did run out of room. Anyway, guys, thank you for talking to me, Troy. That's all right. Thanks for that. I'll see you around.